Top 15 Offline Adventure Android Games 2018. 1. Morphite. The story of Morphite takes place in a far-off future when humanity has long since populated the distant reaches of space. The player takes on the role of Myra Kale, a young woman residing on a space station and workshop under the care of her surrogate father, Mr. Mason. What starts as a simple exploratory mission to gather supplies to support their shop rapidly turns into a journey revealing Myra's unknown past and her relationship to rare, coveted, and nearly extinct material called Morphite. Two. Yesterday Origins. It's 1481. You play a young John who is publicly humiliated and dragged through the street. Under suspicion of witchcraft, he is imprisoned by the Spanish Inquisition to be tortured. Later, he undergoes an alchemical transformation making him immortal. But not everything goes to plan. As a result, after each resurrection, John completely loses his memory.
It's written in an unknown language.
3. The Inner World. Albert is a novice, a bit clueless, but with a heart of gold. He lives a peaceful life as a court musician in Esposia's largest wind monastery. Contrary to the laws of physics, Esposia is an enormous, hollow space surrounded by an infinite expanse of earth. The world's air is provided through 3 wind fountains, but as one wine fountain after the other petered out and the wind gods came to Esposia, all of a sudden Robert found him in the middle of a whirlwind.
The game length is about 6 to 8 hours, with a probability of precipitation of 60%. And for
4. Frame 2. Players take control of morally ambiguous characters as they sling their way across dark alleys and buildings in an effort to avoid the authorities and other obstacles. The goal of the game is to reorganize a series of comic panels so that your protagonist does not get caught by the police. In order to accomplish this feat, players must move frames around so that the sequence allows the main character to sneak past, avoid, or knock out their would-be captors. Five. Beholder. The state has appointed you to spy on your tenants. Your primary task is to covertly watch your tenants and eavesdrop on their conversations. You must bug their apartments while they're away, search their belongings for whatever can threaten the authority of the state, and profile them for your superiors. You must also report anyone capable of violating the laws or plotting subversive activities against the state to the authorities. Six. Cognition Episode 1. Take on the role of Erica Reed, a Boston FBI agent with the power to see the past, in this intense adventure game as she follows the trail of 4 different serial killers, and a series of clues left for someone with her specific ability. Who's leaving the clues? How do they know her secret, and what do they want from her? Find out what the fate of Erica's brother is in the exciting first episode entitled, The Hangman. Get Erica's power under control as you go face-to-face against a dark serial killer as Erica risks her own life to uncover the mystery behind the hangman. Seven. Ao, a raintail. Ao, a raintail sheds the light on a young girl who regularly carries her tough water fetching duty with courage. Ao's perilous struggle is shared by many girls in sub-Saharan Africa who live in communities that have no access to clean water. The daily burden of fetching water is carried by women and children, who go on journeys to distant sources and return home shouldering 40-pound containers filled with water for their families. Eight. Love You to Bits. You will follow the journey of Cosmo, a clumsy, rookie space explorer in search of Nova, his robot girlfriend. After a fatal accident, all of Nova's pieces get scattered in outer space. So now Cosmo wants to retrieve all Nova's bits, rebuild her, and get back together. Explore the strangest worlds and planets, full of fantastic aliens, space-time puzzles, and hidden objects to collect. As you complete levels, you will discover Cosmo and Nova's heartbreaking love story. Nine. Albie, a Robot's Tale. One day in the distant future, the obsolete household robot Albie finds the hibernating industrial robot DD, and together they escape the warehouse in which they had been locked away. Once they get out, they discover that humans have mysteriously disappeared from the Earth. Where did the humans go and what can explain their disappearance? It's up to you, Albie, and DD to find out. The Last Wind Monk. Solve mind-bending puzzles in a world full of mystery and save the family of the Flute Noses. Their dynasty has been watching over Asposia for centuries on end. In secret, they fill the roly-poly world with light and life. But when their existence is discovered, they become hunted. Emil, a traitor for odds and ends, made all the Asposians believe that the dynasty is in cahoots with dark forces.
Oh, this is pretty confusing.
11. Lost Socks, Naughty Brothers. Lost Socks, Naughty Brothers is here. Find the lost sock, fight the Nibbles, and defeat the boss. Lost Socks, Naughty Brothers is an exciting run-and-gun game with more than 30 levels packed full of all kinds of characters, bonuses, and obstacles, colorful game locations, and most of all the chance to become a genuine hero. This game will be loved by hardcore gaming fans, but casual gamers will also enjoy it, even though the gameplay might be a little difficult. Old World, New and Tasty. A mutagen chosen by the fickle finger of fate, Ape was a first-class floor walker for Rupture Farms who was catapulted into a life of adventure. Late one night he overheard plans from his boss, Malik the Glutton, to turn Ape and his fellow mutagans into tasty treats as a final effort to rescue Malik's failing meatpacking empire. Can Ape change the fate of thousands and rescue the mutagans? Can he escape the dark recesses of Rupture Farms and the desolate, uninviting, and downright terrifying surrounding environment? Old Man's Journey. Explore life's complexities through the old man's eyes as you experience his heartache, regret, and hope. Immerse yourself in a visual narrative as you uncover stories of the old man's life told through beautiful vignettes of his memories. Interact with the serene, whimsical environment as you solve playful puzzles and shape the landscape around you, growing the hills to create the old man's path forward. Super Bear Adventure. Explore life's complexities through the old man's eyes as you experience his heartache, regret, and hope. Immerse yourself in a visual narrative as you uncover stories of the old man's life told through beautiful vignettes of his memories. Interact with the serene, whimsical environment as you solve playful puzzles and shape the landscape around you, growing the hills to create the old man's path forward. Adara. World-class adventurer Jane Sinclair will face her greatest challenge yet in the mysterious city of Adara. Help Jane solve exciting puzzles, collect hidden artifacts, and explore the environments to unlock the secrets of this newfound civilization. This episodic story begins when Jane receives a desperate message from her long-missing grandfather. Using nothing but her wits and a strange stone orb to guide her, Jane sets out to find her grandfather before it's too late.
Something strange is going on here.